Hi, good evening. Happy, healthy holiday goers. Listen, I got called out on something that happened, I think, yesterday. And I thought, maybe I didn't make this group clear. And I want to apologize if I didn't from the get go. And what was mentioned was just that the expectations didn't really match what they had thought, and that's okay, but I want to make sure that your expectations are getting met. I mean, honestly, I would honestly do the work for you if I could, but I can't. So the expectation that was suggested was that looking for a little bit more accountability and a schedule. And so I thought I would make sure that I'm living up to providing you a course that is informative, that gives you promise and hope and accountability so that you can do this on your own when we're done. So here is your 7-day guide to eating and exercise. Welcome, everyone. So the first day is we need to observe and decide. And honestly, like everything else in our lives, it's real easy to put a new goal together for ourselves, and the first week, month, whatever that is, we're going hard, we're feeling good. But at the end of the day, what really matters is what you're doing today and every day. So I'm just looking for a small little change. And we need to really observe and decide what you're eating and how you're moving and how that looks in the future. So, for example, the Be Do Have model, a model that has been coined by many motivational speakers, Tony Robbins being one of them. You have to be and think and live and feel that person that you want to be before you can make changes happen. And I know this gets a little out there, and I appreciate it. I wish that we could just follow a set of rules and check off the boxes and move forward. And sometimes it's easy enough for people to do that. But I do find that people that keep circling back to that same situation where you are today, wanting to make a change, that's the important part. This is the important part that has been missing, the Be Do Have. So you have to be who you want to, you have to feel who you want to be. You don't have to get there first. You just have to act and move and talk and live like you want, like that person that you're looking to be. All right. So once you know why you want to change, you're going to remind yourself that you're worth the time it takes to eat better and to treat your body with the respect it deserves. That's really super important, because sometimes I think we get lost in feeling that we're not worthy for the changes that we want to make. The kids need something. The family, wants to do something different, and we feel guilty for not putting ourselves first. So just please remind yourself every day that you are worthy and you do deserve to make this change. So next is your kitchen and gym cleanup. All right, you guys, let's be honest. If you've got clothes and dust on your exercise equipment, you need to clean it off. That's the first step. Really, it is the first step. And make yourself a space in your home that feels zen-like, that feels comfortable, that feels like a place that you want to be there. I mean, if that's riding your bike or getting on the treadmill for a walk and watching your favorite new mini series, that's amazing. So find something that you can do that doesn't feel like work. And I'm not looking for you to be, busting your balls doing high intensity HIIT workouts every day, but I am looking for movement. So that's first foremost. Now, as far as the kitchen goes, I mean, time, you've heard this before, and I don't think I'm telling you something you don't already know, but let's do a pantry and fridge cleanup. So get rid of stale, expired foods, items you don't use, highly processed foods, sugar foods, and please, most important, trigger foods. To be successful, I mean, I'm like the rest of you. Just because I do this for a living doesn't mean that I don't struggle with some of these same issues. If it's in the cupboard, it's calling my name, especially when I'm looking for a snack. So get rid of those trigger foods until you have a bit more control of, a serving size, and feel comfortable that you're at your goal where you want to be, and you're not going to feel guilty if you go and have one of those processed sugary foods. I mean, the big thing is to be able to have those treats and leave it and move forward. But if those treats bring on guilt and sabotage, you need to get rid of them. That's just another mind game that, this worthy, the base of worthiness comes into play, where, we do our own sabotaging because somewhere deep down inside we feel like we're not worthy for these changes that we want to make. Next is meal and workout planning. I'm not going to lie, and there's no easy way around it. If you want to be successful in losing weight, you have to plan both meal and your workouts. Late night snacking, hangry moments, a lot of that is because we've left ourselves too long in the tooth during the day, not eating because we've been busy, and it just happens like that. I just get it. I understand that. But by 3 o'clock, you're looking for sugar, caffeine, something to keep your eyes open. And by 11 o'clock, when everything is quiet, you're looking for something to keep your hand and mouth moving, and the snacks are abundant at that time. So you really do, snacking and eating late can be an issue of food that you're not getting during the day. Protein is a good example. If you're not getting enough protein and you're not feeling satisfied, you get those hangry moments in the late afternoon. Again, those things, if you're not fueling your body properly and you're hungry, of course you want a snack. Your body is asking you to feed it. And then as for workouts, honestly, ideally you're looking at 30 minutes per day of something, anything, a walk, yoga, resistant training, whatever you can do for 30 minutes a day. And maybe that's 4 days a week, maybe that's 5 days a week, maybe that's 1 day a week. Remember, 1% difference from yesterday to today is enough to make a change. Okay, so now that you've cleaned up your space and made a plan for food and exercise, popped it in your schedule, now it's time to put rubber to the road and make some changes. The 2 things that you can do this week is to, number 1, eat enough protein. I cannot stress this enough. I'm doing a nutritional science program with Layne Norton. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, he's one of the gurus in my industry, and there is just so much that backs up having enough protein for so many reasons. First of all, if I know I've mentioned it before, but protein doesn't store fat. Typically, we use it all. Fats and carbohydrates typically will store. So I'm looking for you to get at least 0.8 to 1.0 grams of protein per pound of body weight. And then get rid of your sugar. So for us as women, we need no more than 6 to 8 teaspoons of sugar per day. And that's all of our sugar, processed in foods. And if you read your label, 4 grams of sugar is equal to 1 teaspoon. So check your yogurt. Fruit flavored yogurt is super high in sugar. Milk tends to be high in sugar, crazy as that is. But check some of some of the packages in your pantry. Granola bars, Nutri-Grains, of course, sugared cereals. But there's just so many things that you might not think. I mean, obviously we know what sugar is, but check some of those boxes and in your pantry to see where the sugar, what amount of sugar is in those packaged foods. So you've got an idea of what to eat and cook and get out of your fridge and fill it with some good wholesome food. Now get organized and make your little Zen area beautiful with a candle and some lighting and a mat, whatever you need, and give yourself permission and time to enjoy 30 minutes of movement to yourself. This is a gift from you to you. Another tip is when you wake up and feel like you want to be successful. Wake up and feel like that person you want to be. The question that I want you to sit and mull over is, why don't you deserve to have weight loss, to feel good, to make time for yourself for movement? Why? Why? And here's how you're going to drill it down. I want you to try to answer one question for yourself and drill it down 5 different times. Why do I want to lose weight? Okay, that's the question I'm posing. This is the example I'm giving. I want to lose weight because I want to look better. Okay, why do you want to look better? I want to look better so that I feel better. Why do you want to feel better? I want to feel better because I want to be able to do the activities that I enjoy, like heading to the mountains and hiking for a full 8 hours and not feeling like I've been hit by a truck. So really, when you get down to the 5th question, it should really be the specific answer you're looking for as to why you want to make these changes. Now, this is a great tool that, oh gosh, many organizations have used, but this is something that needs to be answered. Because after you're done, and I don't care what program you're doing, my program, keto, paleo, whatever that is, once the excitement of the program wears off, you're back here at the same moment wondering why you got derailed and how you're going to get back on track. When you know these answers, you can refer back to them and really understand why you want to make the changes. Yes, absolutely. I know everybody wants to look good, but really, we're all at an age where we've had children, where we want to be good role models for our children, and we want to feel good. We want to live longer. We want to live healthy. We want to be able to be active into our old age. So find out what that answer is for you, and it's going to be different for each of us. But find that answer. And when you feel like you're getting derailed, go back to it, refer back to it, and understand really why you want to make these changes. Again, 10%, even 1% consistency can make a difference every day. Today, when you wake up in the morning, I want you to look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that you are worthy. Okay, now it's time to get moving, and unfortunately, you can't outrun a bad diet. For me, I don't get up in the morning and get excited to do exercise. But what I do recognize is that I do feel good and I need to move. So I schedule my exercise into my day. Let's just take a look at what the Centers for Disease Control recommends. Ideally, you're getting 2 hours, 30 minutes of moderate intensity activity. So anything from a brisk walk to, anything from running, jogging, walking, biking, hiking. I'm looking for movement that gets your heart rate up. Your heart is a muscle that needs to be moved. It needs to be conditioned. So we need 2 hours and 30 minutes minimally every week of moderate intensity activity. And then ideally suggesting 2 sessions of resistant training per week. So again, resistant training. Ladies, we are not going to bulk up. Typically, the ladies that you see with the cut muscles and the chiseled rear ends are in the gym for much longer than we have, and they're following a fairly strict diet. So I'm looking for us to be healthy, and this is the minimal amount of exercise that you need to have to be healthy. Now, if you're in a situation that you don't know where to start for exercise, and I get that, some have some issues with back pain and sciatica and, just kind of lost of what to do in the gym, reach out. We've got 7 days left with each other. I'd love to help. If you need more guidance, then I do have individual programs that you and I can work together and find some movement that feels good for you without adding pressure to the body or injured sites. All right, now you get to celebrate and repeat. So if you started day 1 and we're just looking at making these small changes, adding 30 minutes of activity in, watching your protein, getting rid of your sugar, these are just a couple things, because the next slide we're going to do our 7-day challenge. Here's what I'm asking you to do. Take a weight and measure around your belly button. So typically when we get bloated or we feel, heavy, that's usually where it sits, right around our midsection. So take a measurement around your midsection today, and then at the end of the 7 days, if you do the work, you will see a difference. I promise you. But you have to do the work. When you change your habits, you also need to focus on everything you are gaining. So I get you want the scale to move. I get it. But remember, the scale is just a number that can fluctuate for some people from 3 to 8 to 10 pounds a day, depending on how you carry your water. So use the scale as a number, not a tool to process, who you are, what you do, how you feel, because the scale for me, it's not a friend. I don't get on it because it can make or break my day. So if that's how you feel about your scale, get rid of it. Let's use a different tool, and let's just use the measurement around your tummy, right around the belly button. You have to focus on the things that are coming in addition to the weight loss. You'll have more energy. Your skin gets clearer. You'll reduce bloating. You'll improve your blood chemistry. Okay, this is a big one. You'll be in a better mood. And most of all, you're going to feel empowered to conquer new goals. So a couple things happen. As the healthy foods come into your body and into your life, the cravings subside, and then you decide maybe to go on a bit of a Fat Friday binge, and your tummy doesn't feel all that well because of the food that you just fed it. This isn't a phenomena. It happens. because we're feeding our body good food. And then as you move more, you will find that you'll miss it when it doesn't happen, that it's a moment of time that you've taken for you, and you've carved it out just for you. And you deserve that you time. So now here's the challenge part of the presentation. So you have 7 days. Day number 1, I want you to put your feet on the floor, and the first thing you say is, you got this. You have to believe that you've got this. I'm not asking you to be perfect. I'm asking you to make a 1% difference today to tomorrow. Day 2, you got this. Here's your affirmation. And then I need you to drink your water. So remember, Deanna was kind enough to put in our Facebook feed how your urine should look. If you're into the lemonade color, you're doing good. So ideally, you're drinking at a minimum of 8 glasses, but typically at 150 pounds, you're at 2.5 liters of water per day. And that doesn't include sweat. So, just gauge from there. If you're at 180, you're at 3 liters. If you're at 125, you're at 2 liters. So gauge your water. Day 3, you got this, drink your water, and no alcohol. Nope. No alcohol at all, not a drop. Day 4, you got this, drink your water, no alcohol, and take out the sugar. Take out the sugar and then just notice how you're feeling. Let's go back to the no alcohol. We did a 30-day challenge last fall. Sober October. I love that. That was quite catchy. And a couple things had come out from it from a few people that I know, and one of them was that they were using their evening drink as their wind down, as their reasons, to chill out, that they didn't have to get up and do anything or, think about anything. So just think, if you're a nightly, wine drinker, just a cocktail, what is it? What is it that you like about it? And can you give it up for, I'm asking for 5 days? Okay, so we're on day 5. You got this affirmation every morning. Drink your water, no alcohol, no sugar, and we're going to take out caffeine for 3 solid days. Now, caffeine isn't typically a big issue for me, but some people feel awful or don't recognize how they feel on caffeine, and some people have had like an aha moment off of caffeine. They didn't recognize how it was bogging them down. So I just want you to try 3 days of no caffeine. So now we're on day 6. You got this. Drink your water, no alcohol, no sugar, no caffeine, and please add your 30 minutes of exercise. Day 7, we're going to finish off with 15 minutes to journal, meditate, or relax. I don't care what it is. I want you to celebrate in those 15 minutes who you are, what you've become, the goals that you've reached, the challenges you've overcome, and just sit and be quiet with nothing in your mind or celebrating you. But it can't be about your list that you need to do. It can't be about the kids, the family, the work. It has to just be about you. Take the time. I wish I could do it for you, you guys. I do. I wish it was easy. I can't sell easy. I can give you the tools that you need to make this work. Measure on day 1 around the tummy, belly button. Measure on day 7, same time that you did on day 1. Do these different practices each and every day, and in 7 days, you will notice a difference. Now, let me leave you with this. If there is something that I've missed, that you feel like that you were expecting from our group, please let me know. I want to be able to provide you what you need to be successful. Have an amazing evening, and thank you for your time.